What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD coming at you with another video. This time we're going to be discussing the gyroscope on the Intellivision Amico. Now, a lot has been said about the lag, lack of lag, the existence of lag as a thing, but not much mention has been made of this gyroscope. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at just some evidence that possibly there is a problem with the gyroscope. Possibly there is some issues getting the firmware to recognize the inputs from the gyroscope. Maybe it's implemented bad, maybe it's a little faulty. We'll take a look, we'll see what's going on, and we'll decide. Now, the first video we're going to look at is from July 6th, 2020. Now, Tommy was on a episode of the Movie Madness and Entertainment YouTube channel. It's a video titled Tommy Addresses and Dunks on Those Punks. It was basically Tommy's attempt to dunk on Pat and Ian once again because he did not like their criticisms. Now, in this video that we're going to watch here, Max, the gentleman on the left, is asking about the controller, about the different features, and Tommy is going to show a controller, and we're going to take a look and see what happens. Now, there's no audio because we don't need to hear him talking about it. We just need to see it. We see the controller turning on. Immediately, we can see that the controller is not orientated the correct way. It's orientated with the screen in the upside down position, as you can see. Tommy's showing off the controller. It never orientates itself. It never fixes. It is locked permanently into that position. Now, we've seen the controller turn on. We've seen it was off. He turned it on. So there's no way that he locked the controller. He locked the controls. He locked the orientation. Unless he did this off screen previous to this interview, this controller should not have been stuck that way. However, it is through the whole interview. We don't see it flipping ever. He even discusses the gyroscope. He makes mentions of it, but there's never a change in orientation for the controller screen. Now, if we fast forward over here to February 11th, 2021, this was after the infamous Finnegan Fox video where much ado about the lag was made. People were speculating that perhaps the controls were inverted, that Tommy inverted the controls in order to hide the lag. And let's just let Tommy see what he says.
I inverted the disc so that when I pushed left, he went right, and when I pushed right, like I did it on purpose.
Before.
So you heard that. Tommy said that he inverted the controls. When he pushed left, he went right. When he pushed right, he went left. And he said that he did this on purpose. Now, that was from February 11th. On February 13th, Tommy left this comment here on Atari Age. Now, we're going to skip down to the pertinent part here, where someone was asking about the inverted controls. And Tommy says this right here. He says, right before, I'll highlight it, right before we recorded the Finnegan Fox, I moved the controller the other way and noticed it hadn't switched the controls. So right there, he admits that the gyroscope didn't work. It failed. It didn't switch the controls. And then he goes on to say, I then said to John and Eric, our video guy, I'm going to stand very still so it wouldn't change properly, and let's record it like that because I'm going to do a quick back and forth. We thought it was hilarious. Again, these are just little videos making throughout the process, releasing a console, blah, 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 blah. So basically, he admitted that the controls did not orientate the correct way and that he just left them in there because why not? He's just making these little videos that no one's going to pay attention to. But like I said, the key there was that he turned the controller and the gyroscope did not activate, did not kick in. And so we can see twice already that the gyroscope is not doing its job. It's not working properly. Now we're going to look at this video here, April 2nd, 2021. It's from Brett Weiss. It was filmed at the National Video Game Museum in Frisco. This was the big, unannounced, unpromoted event where people were able to come to the museum, play the demo unit of the Amico. Certain YouTubers and certain personalities were given the heads up. However, the general public was not alerted to this. If you did not happen to just wander into the museum or hear from someone local that it was going on, you probably didn't know it was happening. So we're going to see this now. This man here, Brett Weiss, he's playing the game. He's playing Astro Smash. Tommy is asking for somebody to come in. He's going to demonstrate how you can just join in at any time, drop in, drop out gameplay. Now you'll notice that the controller is orientated with the screen on the right side, the disc is on the left, and a gentleman is going to walk up to play the game, and let's see what happens.
Does the controller feel responsive?
It feels very responsive.
Let me rephrase that. The screen is on the left, the disc is on the right. My fault.
Absolutely. Not detecting any lag at all.
Pay attention to the gentleman.
It's got a great old school feel to
Controller.
it. It pays homage to the original
He flips the controller over. As you can see, he's flipping the
Astro
controller
Smash
over.
while adding a lot of really cool bells and whistles.
Him and Tommy, you can't hear what they're saying, but they're discussing something.
Love the power up. The game looks really nice.
There's a problem with the controller. He hands the controller back to Tommy Tellerigo.
Hold on, I gotta pause it for a second so I can fix this controller. There you go.
So we can see Tommy shaking the controller. He's trying to reorientate the controller in the proper manner because this gentleman here, as I said, he took the controller from Tommy and he then flipped it upside down. The gyroscope obviously did not kick in once again, and Tommy's trying to force the gyroscope to kick in by shaking it and moving it in all manner in order for it to work. Now, I realize this is a demo unit. I realize this is not the final firmware. This is not the final build of the controller, but so far we've seen from as far back as 2020, as far back as July 6, 2020, the gyroscope is not working properly. The gyroscope has not worked properly for at least 6 months. You know, Tommy can say what he wants. He can say that, you know, that's not a priority, but obviously if you're touting the controller as being able to be used by either left-handed people, right-handed people in the vertical position and the horizontal position, you know, left disc, right disc, whatever, I would think that the gyroscope working would probably be something that would be on the priority list. I would think that this would be something that you would work on and you would hopefully have down pack before the console launches. Now, the console was supposed to launch in less than 2 weeks from now, so as far as we know, everything should have been in order. The only thing we are waiting on is parts and manufacturing, so the firmware should more or less be done. The firmware on the controller should more or less be done. You're showing it off to the public. I would think you would have at least a finalized build of the firmware in action. You know, maybe you can tweak a few things afterward because, you know, situations come up. Other games are made, so you have to tweak the firmware a little to adjust to those things. But as far as we know right now, this should be where the controller's at, and still they're having problems with the gyroscope. To me, this does not bode well. This does not show that the Amico was ready. This does not show that the Amico was ready for a launch last year, which was the claim that in October 10th, 2020, that the Amico was all set to go, but, you know, COVID and manufacturing and various parts shortages, that's what caused the delay. But if we have a controller that's still not working properly, I would think that might be one of the reasons for the delay, one of the true reasons for the delay. But that's just my opinion. You know, let me know what you think in the comments. Hit me up below. And as always, love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.